NPR and PBL Works, part of the Buck Institute for Education, recently launched the first ever Student Podcast Challenge. It's a chance for teachers and students in grades 5 through 12 across the country to turn your classrooms into production studios, your assignments into scripts, and your ideas into sound. Here's how it works. Students will produce a podcast, 3 to 12 minutes long. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment or a studio. You should be able to do this with just a smartphone and a computer with easily available software. And you don't need to be an expert in radio production. NPR and PBL Works are offering lots of help for students and teachers along the way. The podcast submissions are due March 31st, 2019. The winning podcast submission will be featured in segments on Morning Edition or All Things Considered. We at Project Pals are inspired by the Student Podcast Challenge. We love how the challenge provides a compelling opportunity for students to authentically engage in digital storytelling. That's why we adapted the student and teacher resources provided by NPR and PBL Works into our collaborative learning platform. The project, with all of its scaffolds and resources, is available in our catalog to clone and assign to your students. Students will be able to manage their entire collaborative process within our digital whiteboarding space, which is updated in real time, similar to Google Docs, enabling remote collaboration with students working from home or different locations. Students will begin with an introduction to podcasting by listening to a few select podcasts curated by NPR and PBL Works. Students will brainstorm and choose a topic for their own podcast. They will then plan the story, reflecting on guiding questions provided by NPR. Once the story is taking form, students will research how sounds are incorporated into podcast production. They will learn about the process of recording a podcast and plan and practice interviewing ahead of the recording. Now it's time to put all the pieces together and visually outline the script from intro to outro. Once the students record the podcast, they can upload their audio file to the workspace and share the recording with other students in the class for a peer review session. Based on feedback, students will iterate on the recording and show the progression from their first draft to the final take. Managing the project in Project Pals provides major organizational benefits for teachers. For example, teachers will be able to see all of the student collaborative work unfolding in real time across all of their groups. They can help guide the groups throughout the process of collaboration. In addition to viewing the content, teachers can also monitor student progress by viewing project analytics, detailing individual student contribution in a group project. Whether you choose to collaborate in Project Pals or in another medium, we highly encourage you to try the podcast challenge with your students. This real-world, authentic project will engage students in a medium that is increasingly effective at communication of important ideas and stories. Ready to get started? Watch a brief tutorial video to clone and assign this project to your class.